Shemu'ėl Aleph chapter 19. And Shaul spoke to Jonathan his son and to all his servants to put David to death. But Jonathan, Shaul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan declared to David, saying, My father Shaul seeks to put you to death. And now please be on your guard until morning, and dwell in secrecy and hide. And I myself shall go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are, and speak with my father about you, and shall see and shall let you know. And Jonathan spoke well of David to Shaul his father, and said to him, Let not the sovereign sin against his servant, against David, because he has not sinned against you, and because his works have been very good toward you. For he took his life in his hands, and struck the Philistine, and Yahweh wrought a great deliverance for all Israel. You saw it and rejoiced. Why then do you sin against innocent blood to put David to death without cause? And Shaul listened to the voice of Jonathan, and Shaul swore, As Yahweh lives, he does not die. Jonathan then called David, and Jonathan told him all these words. So Jonathan brought David to Shaul, and he was in his presence as before. And there was fighting again, and David went out and fought with the Philistines, and struck them, a great smiting, and they fled before him. And an evil spirit from Yahweh came upon Shaul, as he sat in his house with his spear in his hand. And David was playing the lyre with his hand. And Shaul sought to strike the spear through David, and into the wall, but he slipped away from the presence of Shaul, so he struck the spear into the wall. And David fled and escaped that night. And Shaul sent messengers to David's house to watch him, and to put him to death in the morning. And Michal, David's wife, informed him, saying, If you do not save your life tonight, tomorrow you are put to death. So Michal let David down through a window, and he went and fled and escaped. And Michal took the household idol, and laid it in the bed, and put a cover of goat's hair for his head, and covered it with a garment. And when Shaul sent messengers to take David, she said, He is sick. And Shaul sent the messengers back to see David, saying, Bring him up to me in the bed to put him to death. And the messengers came in, and saw the household idol in the bed, with a cover of goat's hair for his head. Shaul then said to Michal, Why have you deceived me like this, and sent my enemy away so that he escaped? And Michal answered Shaul, He said to me, Let me go, why should I put you to death? Now David fled and escaped, and went to Shemu'ėl at Ramah, and told him all that Shaul had done to him. And he and Shemu'ėl went and dwelt in Navith. And it was reported to Shaul, saying, See, David is in Navith in Ramah. And Shaul sent messengers to take David. And they saw the assembly of the prophets prophesying, and Shemu'ėl standing as leader over them. And the spirit of Elohim came upon the messengers of Shaul, and they also prophesied. And when Shaul was told, he sent other messengers, and they prophesied likewise. So Shaul sent messengers again, the third time, and they prophesied also. Then he himself went to Ramah, and came to the great well that was at Sechu. And he asked and said, Where are Shemu'ėl and David? And one said, They're in Navith in Ramah. So he went there to Navith in the Ramah, and the spirit of Elohim was upon him too. And he went on and prophesied until he came to Navith in Ramah. And he also stripped off his garments and prophesied before Shemu'ėl, and lay down naked all that day and all that night. Therefore they say, Is Shaul also among the prophets?